What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Wednesday stream here on lichess and Twitch. International Master William Pascal, thanks for playing in the Tuesday night Rapid Arena. Suma Harris here challenging me now. We're taking challenges 5-3 through 7+3. Casual only. I'm going to try to play some creative and unusual openings here. Normally stuff I wouldn't play. Interesting and different approaches to the opening. I like to do that on Wednesdays. Asterbait, what's up? How are you? Good to see you guys back. Asterbait, you had a rough team battle on Sunday. I've never seen you not score any points. That was shocking. But you're back in form after Tuesday's tournament. Virat Carlson. Guys, I just want to mention, yesterday I think I unfairly suggested that my last opponent was suspicious. I've been a little bit paranoid lately, and just looking at that tournament, I wanted to just say that I think I was incorrect. I have no real evidence to purport that. So we look at our final score from yesterday, the arena. I resigned prematurely against Arturas, thinking he was someone else, but I think I was wrong. So, as I say in chess, in the chess games, we have to admit our mistakes, and I think I was wrong about this. Although I have my reasons to be suspicious, it looks like he was legit. He's played in my stream before. He has tons of games. I don't think I was in the right to suggest that he might be using an engine, so I'm going to try to walk that back. If we look at the tournament, he ended up finishing second. Aldisto was first, World Loser was third, after I lost in the last game. So for personal reasons, I was suspicious due to the opening that I thought it was someone else, but I think that he was innocent. So I apologize to him. You know, I really don't have enough justification to make that accusation, but I've been really paranoid lately, so looks like Arturas was completely okay. It wasn't that I was just angry that I lost. The game opening had a lot of similarity to another player I was suspicious of. But just a coincidence, probably. So Aldisto, anyway, had a good result, winning the tournament. Arturas second, World Loser third. I just want to say that, you know, so no one is suspicious of anyone that doesn't deserve it. Troll, yeah, no evidence. Evidence is not really necessary. No, I don't operate under that assumption, but, you know, unfortunately, as I've said many times, I've had grandmasters cheat against me, even in a game where it wasn't for a prize or money. So nobody is above suspicion, basically. You know, I think that's the problem. So it's tricky. You know, I'm very disturbed by people who cheat, and we have to keep vigilant for it, but at the same time, you know, sometimes there will be false positives. So I apologize for that. Most likely I was completely wrong. Most likely. Though you never know. Jim, what's up? Jim, we've got 5 challenges. I've played cheating grandmasters, so, you know, everything's possible. You know, being a master doesn't make you any less suspicious than being an 1100. Alright. 7 games challenging me. Nan-Kiadesa, Sumaher, Troll in a Roll, Virat Carlson, Praying Mantis, Sudar Shav, and Morales. But this challenge is no good with 3-0. I'm only going to take the... not only going to... I'm going to take the challengers who are... I'm going to take the challenges who are subscribers first. So that means, I guess, Sumaher. Is Troll a subscriber? Hope not. Yeah, I had to time him out yesterday. So embarrassing to time out the subscribers. Sumaher, Troll in a Roll, Praying Mantis, Morales. I think we've got at least 4. Mondays and Wednesdays, I try to take the subscribers first to give them a benefit of the doubt for Troll. A lot of challenges today. So now let's play something weird, huh? This was... I always forget this guy's name. He was a famous master from the 30s in America. He used to play this, but I can never recall his name when I need to remember it. Delayed Polish. Chess 960 sub and Troll. You've been doing really good trolling lately. Troll, you living up to your name. Yeah, bishop f5 and bishop g4 you can play against everything. The delayed Polish. Polish is good. Santa Sierra, that's it. That's the name I can never remember. What kind of name is that? Spanish? Is it Spanish or French? What is it? Italian? It must be Italian. I don't know what it is. There was a lot of Italian immigrants in that era to the United States. But I have to check it on Wikipedia. Alright, always believe everything you read on Wikipedia. 97. What happened to Saddest Troll and Gladdest Troll? That weakness on the b4 pawn is, it bothers me. Alright, we're trying to play some different openings today. Polish. Sometimes I forget that we're doing Wednesday stream, and I'll start like randomly playing my normal repertoire, so don't let me do that.
No, no, no!
The moment of truth. I don't have to defend that pawn yet, but it will be an issue soon. Guys, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Thursday subscriber stream is already upon us. Tomorrow I've got games from Mirales, Yabades, Princess Chess, and Asterbait thus far. So I've probably forgotten someone. A3 soon. Exactly. If I were to play B5, he could undermine it with C6, I guess. Jim's B3 opening is better than the Polish, though. It's more weakening to play B4. It's very significant. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this just is a weaker move than B3. There's no question. Thought I have a book on unusual openings somewhere, which I mentioned before. Adorian sort of trashes them both, but I think he's a person who tends towards exaggerations. B3, you know, if you look at those games by Hikaru he plays, I mean, your major inspiration, B3 seems really almost legit. I've had a hard time playing against Jim with B3. This is rather direct. Yeah, but I mean, we could say the same thing with every opening, Jim. It seems like black equalizes against every major opening. Chess is a draw. Some openings are more equal than others. It's like George Orwell. I can't find a way to get an advantage of the white side of the queen's gambit. Or the white side of the roulette has. So what's the difference if you play 1b3 or e4 or d4? I will say one thing, that maybe it's easier to be worse if you don't play it accurately. I don't know. You know? Maybe that's the point. When you play something like b3, you have to be careful or you'll just be like worse spatially. If you teach a beginner to play 1b3 versus e4, he's going to mess it up and just have like a spatial disadvantage fairly often. Wow. Okay. H5 has been played. That's psycho, man. A little bit of cheesy noob style. The Catalan is extremely safe for white due to the kingside fianchetto. If I capture the knight, are you serious? You're not serious, right? What if I capture the knight? I mean, black would have at least a perpetual check with bishop h2. That's not a serious question. Obviously, like GM Tranquilizer, the player with the name GM Tranquilizer is clearly good enough to realize if I take on g4, he's going to be going bishop h2 check on the next move. That's not that hard to see. I mean, that looks very, very problematic. I wouldn't consider it. It's not a bad question to ask for beginners watching, but you guys are too advanced for that. Most of the viewers here tend to be stronger players. We have an intermediate plus audience, usually. But I was saying this in the last couple of streams, it would be nice to get more support from the beginners. So maybe I ought to have a stream where I cater to the beginners more. We need more noobs. Whoa. Well, he's gonna open up his king position here. He's berserking, in a sense. A form of berserking. Bishop e5, knight e5, bishop d3, knight d3, queen b3. I mean, that wins a pawn. It's the best I can do. Bishop h5 check. Isn't that convincing? That's g6. 300 games from Morales. He's up to 311 or 312 now. This is really not very convincing. He does have options of castling both sides. One is better than the other. I'm only going to be like one pawn up. I should have probably been winning somehow directly. If I had had more time, I would have found something better. I would have got you something nice for Christmas if I'd had more time. Sounds great, doesn't it? Is my queen trapped? Aspect, you're up to 200? Seriously? You don't play that much. I thought you were much lower than that. Let's ask this question. Who has the most accounts that's played against me? Not suspicious at all. Troll's definitely in the running. Yeah, has Acerbeat ever missed a simul? Has he ever missed a stream, though? He's missed a few streams. It's pretty impressive. How many trolls do you have? You got a lot of challenges. Guys, please subscribe. Don't forget to bring your view bot. Since I don't stream on chess.com, I don't have that many bots, so make sure to bring your view bots. Just kidding. We don't support view botting here. I fully support lichess. Chess 960. Somebody send some medication. We feel for you, Tranquilizer. I have equal problems controlling my emotions. Alright. Emotional control. I gotta remember this is my king on D1. Do you remember there was a mate last game? I didn't see the mate, troll. What did I miss? Or did I miss a mate? Let it be, let it be. Little Beatles. In the name of peace. There was mate on b7 with what? I don't understand. I was threatening mate on b7. The pandemic is doing no good for anyone, you know. I haven't played over the board chess since October. I wouldn't say my game is real sharp. Alright, we've got tons of challenges today. I don't know why. Wednesday. Weird Wednesday. I will take the challenges to our subscribers first, aka Mirales VIP. Praying Mantis, I think, is a subscriber. I think everyone's mental health is in question. But especially mine lately. I can castle queenside. Whatever. I only leave the house 2 or 3 times a week. That can't be good. You're not a sub, Amantis. Alright. That means probably Morales is the only other subscriber. Schieberspieler's here. Can I sacrifice a pawn here? No, the A2 pawn. I want to enter the center. Strike while the iron is, you know, and all that stuff. But I've got nothing, and king here doesn't look like a good move. No, I don't know what to do. This is kind of creepy. Bishop F2. Dude, this is weird. Maybe expanding on the king side? What about knight c5? Threatens nothing. Tried a new angle. I don't know, man. Knight c5, he just ignores it. He would never take and open up the D line against his king. Welcome, Schieberspieler. Still studying? You said you're streaming on Sunday. Guys, I'm trying to play unusual openings, but this was chess 960. Don't challenge me to any more chess 960s. Because honestly, there are no openings in chess 960. So I can't play e4 still. But maybe knight c5 now. Knight. Bishop d7. There are some things about this position that do concern me. e4 anyway. That's insane. This is a big problem, that diagonal, man. I can't let him have access to a2. If knight f4, bishop f7, another move that does nothing. And meanwhile, his knight is like coming in here. I don't like that. Queen e3 is met by knight c4. This is crazy. But I can't deal with that. I'm not down with knight c4, and it's very difficult to deal with it once it gets in there. b3 looks super weakening. Have you ever had panda bear? You mean to eat it? Not lately. I rarely engage in bear eating. I've seen, I have this vague memory of seeing bear on the menu somewhere. I don't think it's legal to eat panda bear. Alright, e6. Endangered species. Well, now a2 is protected. So e4 is on. You know, he's blocked his own threats there. Do you have haters? I hope so. Life would be no fun without him. That's what makes me wake up every morning. Man. Straight up hallucination? Lucky Blunder. That'd be a good name. That's an excellent lichess name. Lucky Blunder. It was a lucky blunder. Yesterday I had a terrible hallucination similar to this. I looked at the position for like 30 seconds and decided my e4 pawn was supported. I guess I thought my bishop was a rook or something. That must have been my problem here. Patrol just takes me at my word. Never think your bishop is a rook. But you do that sometimes. You just make a lucky blunder. Like, in this case, I had knight f4 by sheer luck. Sheer beer. There were some complicated variations, but Troll doesn't like to calculate. He's lazy. I don't know, I'm sitting there. I was sure that e4 was protected when I played it. And it's like completely not. Absolutely not sufficiently protected. Yesterday I blundered my c4 pawn in a very obvious way. Prehistoric Humans 8 Panda. What do panda bears taste like? Yeah, that's nice, man. Thanks for looking that up. I agree with you, B-Jock. I hope that there's more classical chess. We don't have to live with this sort of cheap substitute of rapid for too long. I haven't had time to take a look at many games from Weekend A. But I'm sure there's some good ones. Troll's given up his strong point. Where's the strong point? Very positional game here. I feel like I'm playing, I don't know, the Joko piano on the other side of the board or something weird like that. There's a huge hole on c5. I wanted to try to get the acerbate mate on a7 with the queen in front, but I couldn't line it up. What are you doing over there? Troll specializes in piece coordination. Weight is slightly better, but not that much better. I have no material advantage. I guess this should be considered. He's slightly worse. b6 weakens the long diagonal. I mean, naturally, he's concerned about this. You know, this is the natural move, but now you're going to have to worry about bishop f4, queen a6. I probably would have played bishop f4 to prepare queen a6 and tried to, like, just mate him on the long diagonal. Good game, Troll. Pretty steady game there. So, is anybody else a subscriber? Jim jumped in. Got a lot of challenges. Yeah, the fourth round, so they're getting tired. Too much long games. I like how I have like more challenges than viewers. Alright. Very devoted group here. It is nice. I'm getting a challenge from 5+6 rated, but bot, like, okay. It's nice to get a challenge for someone who's 1200, because I feel like people who are under 1700 never bother. We need more people from the lower rating classes. It's like too elite. It's like people are afraid to play if they're under 1600. But this is the best way to learn. Alright. Don't be afraid to challenge, no matter what your rating is. Morales is here, ready to start. Or at least I'm not. At least I'm not. Black again. He's horrible to play when you're black. I haven't played e4 against him in a long time. You're not a friend. You can say that again. Alright, e4, e5. Hey, it's Miro. He's not here, is he? Hey, it's Morales. Morales with a Petrov? Wow. New opening. Schieberspieler's here. I've never seen Morales play the Petrov. Oh, he's gonna play the Eric Rosen Gambit or something? Come on, man, don't do that to me. I was like really nervous. That makes my image look bad. People start playing unsound pawn sacrifices with black. It's like ridiculous. Don't do that. They'll have to take away your VIP. Guys, don't just sacrifice a pawn for nothing with black on move 3, okay? Don't believe every YouTube video you see. It's not good. Oh, Cochrane. Yeah, I know Asterbait likes the Cochrane. Johnny Cochran. But, you know, I do play the Petrov from time to time. I'm a Petrov amateur. Strong Petrov amateur. I don't consider myself to be really... Yeah. Stafford is some sort of... Isn't it like China? They make China? Let's just stick with that. And Stafford. Who the heck is Stafford? That's not an opening. Sorry. Sorry. Recommending like unsound pawn sacrifices for 8-year-old Scholastic players doesn't fly on this level. This is best line for both sides, probably. You know, there is an interesting idea for black, though. This Chinese variation, or whatever we're going to call it, with bishop f5 on move 6, you should look at that. I mean, I don't know. It's relatively new, and it seems hard for white to get an advantage, but I guess it's not, you know, it's not real dynamic. Ding Liren was playing that. I think Wei Yi was playing, or some other, maybe Li Chao. A couple of the very strongest Chinese players were both playing bishop f5. It wasn't Wei Yi, it had to be like Ding Liren and Li Chao. So this is an older main line. But D takes c4 is unusual. No second coffee. I'll have another mania. I love the smell of coffee, but if I drink 2 coffees, I might have another manic episode. Very sensitive to stimulants. That's why I quit smoking. Smoking made me nervous. Nicotine made me nervous, so I quit smoking. Alright, c6. So d takes c4, I don't know. It's some sort of sideline. I don't know if Morales knows it or he's out of his book. Unclear. Well, it's not the smoking that was the problem, it was the nicotine. Too much. Knight f6. It's just a kind of like solid setup for black. It looks like a Queen's Gambit accepted. I play e3 and the Queen's Gambit accepted. You could probably transpose to this type of position. What else? Really only Queen's Gambit accepted, Petrov. I can't think of anything else. Exchange French, right? That's a third opening where you could get this type of structure. White goes rook e1 most of the times instead of c4. Well, at what level? Strong masters don't play rook e1 for the most part. The line is like really old-fashioned. But I guess beginners just think they're like threatening to win a pawn or something. I don't really like it. There's lines where you can actually sacrifice that pawn. I like bishops. But yeah, you have to be prepared for rook e1 here. Mr. Sloan just subscribed to tier 1 for 16 months. Guys, tomorrow don't forget. Thanks, Mr. Slow. Don't forget tomorrow, subscriber stream. Yeah, Antonio, that's the main line. That's old school. There were some Frank Marshall games with black, probably. I analyzed that a long time ago, but it's not a problem for black. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do, though. It's really hard to quit smoking in Eastern and Central Europe, B-Jack. Everybody smokes. I can't. That's why I quit, and when I came here, I started again. I had quit for like 2 years before I moved to Hungary, and like everybody was smoking. So I just started again. This was years ago, but Bishop f5. Whoops. That was not part of the program. Like when I go for a walk outside, it's not like America where almost nobody smokes. It's like more than 50% of the population is smoking. It's kind of out of control. It seems like at least 50% of people have cigarettes. Even more. It's like the government has total control of the cigarette market here in Hungary. But it seems like since they own the market, there's even more people smoking than there were before. It looks like it's increased, but maybe people are stressed because of the pandemic or something. I bet the pandemic is stressing people out and making them smoke more. But I was just talking on the stream yesterday how unbelievably in Milano they're going to ban outdoor smoking. That's the plan. But in Italy I thought was like the highest I thought Italy had like the highest rate of smokers in the world, or definitely in the EU. So he got his bishop to f5, so I can't do the acerbate. I wanted to play queen d3. Every game I'm thinking of that, mate on h7. This position actually looks pretty good. We're fairly active. Well, honestly, with COVID, it drives me crazy. Normally, I don't care if people are smoking. I'm an ex-smoker. But it's like with the COVID, people like walk by you and blow the smoke in your face while you're walking on the street. That's why they like banned it. They've banned like smoking within like 10 meters of people in some countries. It is like pretty stupid. At least you're voting for the right person now, Troll. He's trying to get banned. Ban Troll. Hungary's got to be one of the higher countries, but I'm sure like Serbia, Italy, pretty much any country in this neighborhood is. Romania. You also can never trust the statistics, right, Troll? Never trust the government statistics. They say 25% of Hungarians smoke, but it's more like 45. When I walk outside, it's like everybody's smoking. I guess it's just the people that are outside. That's why they're smoking. That's why they're outside. Because they went out to smoke. It's kind of like that COVID meme where you're only allowed to walk your dog or something. So there's all these people attached to the same dog. They're just going for a walk. You know, so they're all walking, like 4 people walking the same dog. It's pretty cold outside. Queen b6. Yeah. Yeah, I'm exaggerating. Of course, it's not 45%. But it feels like that. Probably, you know, that statistic, no problem at all, said is close to the truth. Perception and reality are sometimes deceiving. It's like when you... Damn it. This guy is so tough. God. Why can't you take the pawn on d4 here? I don't know, my sight is bugging out. I was thinking you could just take the pawn, honestly, but I didn't know what else to play. Can you take this? You're afraid to take this? Did you calculate? Queen takes d4? But I can't think of another move. It's a really, really tense position. I mean, obviously I looked at knight a4, but it looks wrong. The computer says knight a4. I was scared you can play queen takes d4. So you can. I just allowed this assuming that I had something, but what do I have? I looked at bishop h6. I didn't see what it does. Really, black's very solid. So surprising this has all been played already. I don't know if I have an advantage, man. I mean, I have an advantage according to the engine, but I guess I have more space. But you definitely should have taken the pawn. Where's the first position where you could have taken a pawn? I mean, bishop d2 is a panic move. I just don't have time. It's a very, very tedious position where one mistake and I hang my central pawn. I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have done something stupid like knight takes d5. Now you're just simply up a pawn. Here you're just simply up a pawn for nothing. I've managed to just lose my central pawn. Am's on Twitch subscribed, and Agnes Karadusky subscribed. Not new subscribers, renewing subscribers. Thank you guys. Guys and girls. Alright, so the challenges that are non-increment are canceled. Jim is the next subscriber. Miro BTW. Good game yesterday, almost. I was lost. There's no difference between a chin-up and a pull-up. What victim? Morales is unbeatable now. See how much he's learned after 300 games? That's what happens after you played 300 games on the stream. You become unbeatable. You reach unbeatable status. "24 months is nice and long, but will you stream for so long?" I would anticipate that's how long the pandemic's going to last. I'm probably not moving on to any other occupations, at least until the end of the global pandemic. It's tempting to try to maybe sacrifice the pawn on c4. But I'm slow. The time pressure was the problem in the last game. I'm down to my increments in the middle game of an IQP position. I know that I need to play faster. This should be 4 checks, so this is Jim's secret move. I don't think Morales has played this way. Somebody was talking about a famous player who liked having... Oh, Bronstein liked the double Isolani's on c3 and c4. So bishop d2. Yeah, this is basically like a weird reversed Grand Prix, isn't it? Maybe Jim, I want to say, Morales. Jim and Morales, is there some sort of similarity between this? It just occurred to me. It's weird that Morales plays the Grand Prix attack with white. And now this structure, which Morales also plays with black, is essentially almost like a closed Sicilian Grand Prix attack reversed. Like an e6 Grand Prix attack. This bishop d4 is a smart move. Gets it outside the pawn chain. But I mean, I think it would be principled to take here. Because my bishop is really blocked in. Of course, it's never too late to play e4. Yeah, that's true. I can always play e4 later. Have we ever seen Jim play Morales? See, that's the real acid test. Have they ever actually played against each other? I think it might have happened once. I love this conspiracy stuff. I've got 8 challenges, and I'll take the challenges I've got in the order I got them. Except for the subscribers, which we just got through. So now I'm going to start playing these people in order. Nanki Adesso, Virat Carlson, Hiroku, Sulamitra, Sumil Mitra, Alexander, and then Char. So you're in the line there. But I can't skip over people unless I'm bribed. A lot of people claim to be grandmasters. I love how... Who's that? FM? Gary calls himself Grandmaster Gary. I mean, I really don't mind the guy, but that's just blatantly clickbaiting your name to trick like beginners into thinking you're really a grandmaster. I don't subscribe to that. Dragon on Facebook also calls himself a GM. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's wishful thinking. But if you're an FM, it's just totally inappropriate. If you're an IM, like Penguin IM, he didn't think ahead, so he made his account like Penguin IM, and then he became a GM, and it looks stupid now that his name is Penguin IM. So if you're an IM, I guess you can think ahead, unless you're like old like me. But I guess, you know, there's a chance Tommy could become a grandmaster. He's still young enough. But for FMs, it's just inappropriate. That guy, the Gowry, Dimitri IM, and he's strong too. Yeah, he's a GM now. Yeah, so they look like they shouldn't have done that. Bishop F5? Wow. Damn, dude. You're just trying to make me play E4? Bishop F5. I'm just offended by this. Bishop F5. How can you do that? What am I going to do now? Man, Bishop F5. Can't believe that. Now I'm down to 1 minute. Well, I don't... really like arrogant people. Even if I was strong enough to be a GM, I wouldn't call myself GM Sladgie or something like that. Why? Why did I start talking about this, though? I don't know. That's the question. What made me say that in the first place? Oh, GM Canty, right. Yeah, he posts his videos on my Discord channel. Yeah, same thing as Gary. Well, it's not against the law. I mean, you know, whatever. I just sort of... It's bitterness about not being a Grandmaster. I have a very deep sadness. I'm just bitter. Master V. What are we going to do? I think development is in order here. I'm having trouble concentrating. Honestly, like, I play a lot better if I'm not streaming. Concentration is not easy to come by. And my game is nowhere near full strength unless I can reach absolute concentration, which seems to be rare these days. Alright, Jim, you're driving me crazy, man. Constant pressure. I guess I could have played f3 last move. Jim just doesn't move backward. His pieces come out and you can't push them back. I love the way he's played this. Queen a5, was it possible? There was some check. Why did I reject that? Unclear. Why did I reject it? Seriously. Queen a5. Just in principle? I guess it felt dangerous. I don't like to make moves unless I can calculate, unless I can calculate all the way to the end. So I just don't like to be in this like dark tunnel where I can't see the end. That's why I didn't make that capture, because I looked at my clock and I was down to like 30 seconds. If I had a like long game where I had enough time to actually calculate the variation to its proper conclusion, I would play the move. But in general, I don't like to do that. That's why a lot of times I'll not like say take a pawn, or it's just a matter of like principle. I don't like to do stuff unless I can calculate it all the way. That's a good way to lose, you know. You calculate part of the variation and go into the dark tunnel, and there's a mugger waiting for you in the dark tunnel to take your money, you know. Man, Jim is brutal. He's playing exactly like the other game he played. The exact same style. It's like a replay of our simul game from Sunday. Just a slightly different position. His pieces never retreat. Well, this one finally did. F5, I can almost predict his moves. It's weird. Exact same structure as that other game. Except he had a bishop on b7 bearing down here. Black's doing okay, you know. Despite having this weak d5 square, he's got everything else to compensate. Enough space. Okay. The occasional blunder thrown in. It is morning. Damn, dude, you played a great game. I guess Queen A5 might be working, but I wasn't sure. See, that's the dark tunnel variation. My instincts are that I'm leaving my king in the center and something bad can happen. Computer says it's the third best line. Bishop e2 was best according to the engine, but I mean I can only make this decision based on instinct and general principles. I couldn't calculate far enough. It's a risky move, my king in the center of the board, but it's a good question. But I'm using too much time. Masturbate just likes to randomly quote stuff from Wikipedia. He's a quote expert. I decided to try something different. The fantasy variation against the Owen. I'm just making this up. But we're supposed to play weird openings today. I got off track. So F3, I do this a lot, I forget. I forget we're supposed to play weird openings. It's hard for me to focus, that's what I'm saying. Pandemic. Two bishops. The quote was, mate with two bishops in the middle of the board is better than sex. International Master Emery Tate. He shouted this loudly in front of a crowd of like 20 people during a Blitz session when he was like checkmating this guy. Alright. Knight F6. There goes my time again. I think that all of Europe is like that. I never leave the house 2 or 3 times a week to go for a walk and buy bread and milk. Basically all I do. I'm kind of hoping the EU can get their act together and help the different European Union countries get some sort of vaccine rollout going on. This guy plays the Owen really well. Masturbate's kind of giving it up. But, I only know one person that's been vaccinated, maybe 2. Personally, 1. But only doctors. Actually, the only 2 people I know being vaccinated here in Hungary were doctors. They're trying to buy the Chinese vaccine now. This is the latest scandal. They want Russian and Chinese vaccine. Saving money. The important thing is saving money. But it's actually harder to get your hands on premium vaccines, I guess. Not just that it's cheaper, but easier to get. Yeah, I've got my vitamin D. It's not easy to maintain sanity, though. When you think about 75 million people voted for Donald Trump, and you're trying to ask those people to get vaccinated, if vaccination becomes political, people are just not going to do it to spite the government or the political party that's trying to vaccinate the population. Conspiracy theories are out of control with the internet. So D5. It's kind of hard to resist playing E5 here. So this is like a hybrid between the Owens defense and the Nimzovich now. Really weird. I wish my knight could go to F4. He's starting knight takes C5 and D4. Now my knight should be on F3. There are always going to be conspiracy theory people. You know, chemtrails, all this stuff. Conspiracy theories are huge. Well, the big thing is that they're a huge money-making thing now. That's what's really changed, I think. Now that you can monetize your YouTube channel and promote conspiracy theory videos, you can promote anything. Play rapid, play classical. The real king, I mean, you're asking such a general question. It's hard for me to answer that without knowledge about you personally. Why do I have 11 seconds and this guy has 3 minutes left? How is he that much faster? Yet plays as good as me. It's brutal. Okay, I'm a little distracted by the chat, but still 3 minutes to 11 seconds is... I gotta play faster. The difference is that I'm not playing for time, and my opponent is. I'm not trying to run people over on the clock. A lot of my opponents are actively trying to make me run out of time. I don't play it like that, you know. It's against my principles. Not morally, but I mean, I think if you try to play for the clock and increment, you're making a huge mistake. My experience is I've lost a lot of games when I was young. You can't treat increment blitz like it's sudden death. Don't try to flag the opponent. You just try to play the best possible moves and put pressure on them. Of course it's a strategy, but you can't put it ahead of trying to play good moves. That's all I'm saying. The mistake that people make is that they think that time is more important than playing good moves. You're talking about the exceptions. But more often than not, players who tend to get in time pressure will their opponents will actually blunder trying to blitz them, in my experience. So more people actually blunder trying to blitz people than actually win because they put their opponent in time pressure. But if you don't want to believe me, I only have 30 years of tournament experience. I've watched it happen so many times. One of my biggest rivals, he was constantly in time pressure. But for every time he lost on time, two other people would blunder and just lose. Because they're hoping to win on time. So check this out. I mean, how strong is my opponent? Like a GM or something? It's just move after move. He must be 2,500. I mean, who is this fast, seriously? He's amazing. He can move almost instantly without even thinking. I'm definitely lost. The speed is unbelievable. All right. B3. He's almost like pre-moving every single move. What is hover moving? I think I've been in this position before. What is this? Knight d5? I'm supposed to play weird openings. I was too stressed by the last game. I played just a normal Sicilian. He's not the real GM Tranquilizer. Master V. Don't be fooled. They have it for copyright infringement. The FBI is investigating. Yeah, it's a little late for a weird opening here. My opponent did play the B3 variation against the Sicilian, though, which isn't too common. We're basically fine. White is only equal here if he trades pieces. This is an interesting move. I'm not sure if he should do that or not. Objectively, it looks like black is okay. If you have to play D3, I mean, your position is probably not that great. Now the question, what should black do? Should I try to react in the center with like D5? It makes sense, right? Try to destroy his strong point? No, I'm saying, like, should I play E5, block his bishop on B2? Should I react with D5? Should I play something not involving a central pawn? I mean, black has a kind of critical moment here in choosing how to play this structure. Bijak, could I answer? What? Play some more aggressives than Caro-Kann in D4. More aggressive openings. Well, I mean, I think both of those openings can be played aggressively. Caro-Kann a little more limited. You know, D4 can be played aggressively. So it's like what you play within D4 can be changed. You don't necessarily need to not play D4 to play aggressively. I think you play pretty aggressively. There's a lot of famous aggressive players who play D4. Look at the way that Alyakin played with white, or Kyrgyz, or Spassky. You know, you think those guys weren't aggressive? Caro-Kann, you might want to like play something more sharp. I don't think anybody should have a repertoire where they only play the Caro-Kann. It's not a weak opening. It's a great opening. It's very solid, but a little bit on the solid side. A little too on the solid side. Yeah, I was making fun of Hikaru for playing the Caro-Kann against Leiko a few years ago. It's not the opening you play where you've got to win with black, you know. It's meant to be solid or maybe induce a strong player to go crazy. You can't play the Caro-Kann against a solid player and expect to win. You know, maybe draw. You could complement the Caro-Kann with the Petrov. Have a full Karpov repertoire. If you're 2800, it's fine. I mean, a draw with black is always good against other 2800s. So white is losing control of E5, the E5 pawn. A good aggressive choice is Leningrad, Dutch. Masturbate with the recommendations. What are you talking about? If it's all you play, it's all you play. But I think the Caro-Kann should probably be complemented with something else. I think everybody should have more than one opening. Unless you're just absolutely starting out. If you're starting out and your rating is under 1300, you know, it's fine. But beyond that, it's good to have more than one thing that you play. It keeps you fresh. You don't become robotic. Increase your knowledge of different kinds of positions. And your opponents are off guard. Play the same thing every time against the same opponent. I mean, they're going to be really well prepared, obviously. Well, they should be well prepared. Maybe they won't be, but they should be. I mean, B-Jack Sicilian's easy to learn. It's very fundamental. You're controlling the center. You know, if you did start out playing classical openings, it takes some adjustment. You're not castling as often or as fast. That's the main thing. Deciding what to do here. What Master V is saying is true in general. Players don't play well against hypermodern openings, especially at the lower levels. The Alyakin is a great opening against players under 2000, definitely, like without an argument. And probably you can even take it to a higher level. But at some point you're trading nice blockade strategy here by white. At some point you're getting in slightly inferior positions against strong players. I don't think the Alyakin is a good choice at the strong master level anymore. There are people who do it, like specialists. But this is an important principle. Amateur players do not handle hypermodernism well. Definitely. One of the hardest things to learn is how to play with a space advantage, for example. They think, oh, we just got a lot of space, do whatever. You know, it's easy to collapse when you make a blunder and your position falls apart. But until a certain point, definitely, something like the Alyakin's defenses, it's devastating up until, I don't know, players are at least 2000. If handled correctly. I did that a lot. I mean, I really relied on hypermodern openings when I faced weaker players. But at some point, when you face really strong opposition on a regular basis, you realize like giving them a space advantage is a very hard thing to do to yourself on a daily basis. I've only played Alekhine like a few times in serious games, and my results were not that good against strong players. Whereas in Blitz against anyone under 2,000, it's basically like a forced win. Mate, right? I saw it this time. But more generally speaking, the hypermodern style of play is effective. And that's what Master V is saying. Alright guys, so we've got about 45 minutes, 50 minutes left. Is anyone else a subscriber to the stream? Arm Chessbow might be a subscriber. Any other subscribers? Yeah, the G5 move. It's funny that I was looking at that. I noticed that like a couple weeks ago, Master V, that G5 is playable against the 4 pawns attack. It's a bad move, and it has plus score. Yeah, you can look at the statistics on lichess. Probably it's like a mouse slip. Your opponents think you made a mouse slip when playing G5 against the 4 pawns attack. They even underestimate it more. I don't like this line for white, but he's not trying to hold the pawn. Interesting. The 4 pawns attack is very complicated. You're creating complications that white might not have the skill to deal with. Guys, tomorrow night is subscriber stream. This is an interesting approach, sacrificing this pawn here. That gives white the initiative. I'm not interested. You can have your pawn. Yeah, against the Alekhine, the 4 pawns attack I see the most, it seems like. I don't know if this is good or not. If bishop d7, queen d7, knight e5, queen e6, it's kind of awkward for black, but it's probably okay. He didn't try it. Did somebody just subscribe? Masturbate? Amantis did. Now I know. Amantis subscribed. I was wondering about Arm Chessbow. I don't know why I thought he might be a subscriber. There were some gift subs last week. So it's possible sometimes people get gift subs and I forget about that. Knight c3 here. Bishop d7. Isn't this a blunder? He loses at least a pawn, doesn't he? Yeah, he's just losing a pawn. Pawns for nothing. I think he should have gone for that one variation, knight e5 here. Is that what I said? No, I said bishop d7. Bishop d7 check. Queen d7, knight e5. You know, but it didn't occur to me I can also play knight takes knight in that position. I don't have to move my queen. Bishop d7, queen d7, knight e5, knight c3. But white's probably fine there. I think he's probably fine. What? Having weird hallucinations. I was hallucinating his queen was on c3. Troll on a roll. Thanks for your subscription. I hope it wasn't your last blunder. Usually Heroku is fast. Some of us might not be awake yet this morning. I hate rapid. Daniel Dubov doesn't seem like he truly hates rapid. It's just hard work. He just hates hard work. It's stressful. So classical is more relaxing. Can you do donations for medication somewhere? What about that Christian website that's supporting all the election conspiracy theories and stuff? Can we donate some sort of medication? Now that's a strong move, Queen e4. Very annoying. Oh man. Alright, let's see. Not so easy to win this. Passive play by black here is not optimal. I'm screwing this up. Wow. Fully screwing this up. I know black seemed to like turn on some sort of new mode after drifting through the opening. Whoa. It'd be good to like think about my moves a little bit. In-game mode enabled. This pawn is, I mean, these passed pawns are relevant. He was really close to having enough compensation here. Damn. I've got to activate. Rook d4 is strong. Alright guys, let's take some more challenges here. We've got time for 2 more games at least. So Praying Mantis is a subscriber. You'll donate to the stream if you pass the exam tomorrow. Where did everybody go? Like a whole bunch of players just left. We lost like 10 viewers in 1 second. What was that? Why did we like suddenly lose like 10 viewers? It just dropped from like 30 to 20 real quickly. I don't trust the viewer counts. You played this against me the other day. Oh, that's funny. How can I like disrespect the other people, Arm Chessbow? I mean, I have to play the players that I get the challenges in order. You can't just like skip people. But if someone's a subscriber, I will take them first. Wouldn't be fair to just randomly skip over people. Can't do that. Alright. So the other day I had a game where someone played knight on bd2, but this is better. Bishop d3 is definitely better. Pierce defense. In addition to pardoning, is it possible for your criminal records to be completely expunged? That's a kind of random question to ask on my chess stream. That I can't tell you. I can tell you about chess, though. Agnes Karadewski. Having your criminal records expunged is beyond my domain. Tomorrow is analysis stream, 6:30. We'll see you later, Antonio. I'll be here for another half an hour. New president today. The end of a horrible era of shame. Don't have to be embarrassed to be American anymore. Hopefully, after today. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Canada. Start pretending I'm from Canada at some point. Practicing my Canadian accent. Why is today a sad day for you? It's a good day for the whole world. Something personal? This bishop here. We can attack with knight g4, I don't know. Then bishop g5 is not so bad for white. Hey, Ricel. Ricely. Oh, no. Dude, you're really, really sick. Come on my stream and say that. I was gonna ban the guy just for spamming the chat already, but I tried to control myself. It's unbelievable. He wants to turn my chat into Fox News. One of the 75 million morons. It's unbelievable. But you could tell he was sort of like spamming too much. That's not a good sign. Yeah, it was really bad. Donate to medicate. What do I do here? The medicinal fund. It's sad when you see someone is not right. We're all not right a little bit, but especially me. I don't know what to do here. I want to play d5. Maybe d5. Does this work again? It's been eluding me. Well, tomorrow's our analysis stream. Thursday nights. Ricely, if you'd like to submit a game to be analyzed tomorrow night at 6:30 CET, you're welcome to do so. I think puzzles are sort of boring, honestly. Is 1400 ALO any good on lichess? I guess that's like average. But my stream tends to attract a higher average, which maybe turns people off who are below maybe 1700 or so. But I think I'd like to see more people join the stream. There's no reason like you shouldn't be afraid to take part or challenge if you're under a certain rating. I mean, everybody starts out as a beginner. 1400 is not bad. My first rating was 1275. Of course you... Yeah, I don't know, B-Jack. Well, there's a little problem with the global pandemic. I don't think a lot of people are going to be getting a lot of rating points this year. I'm sure that you could, if you can play, but are we going to get to play chess in real life? Thanks, Master V. Very generous. Very generous, man. So we're going to grab the bad bishop. It's not that simple. E4 doesn't do anything. F5 maybe. Queen E7. Kashmir, thanks for the donation. I haven't seen you in a long time. So you started a mass vaccination in Serbia. That's cool. I haven't heard much here. They vaccinated doctors primarily in Hungary so far. It's a good place to start at least. I'm not playing chess till I get a vaccine for sure. Not playing over the board. So dark square control. We have a dark square, bishop white does not. We're looking for ways to try to take advantage of those, the dark square advantage. Masturbate your old. It's all relative, man. Praying Mantis plays a really quality game of chess. Very solid. Didn't even the Pope get vaccinated? I'm sure like the Serbian Orthodox Church doesn't care about the Pope. But I don't know, man. It seems like the only hope is to get vaccinated. This thing is not going away. You can pretend it's going to go away, but that is not happening. Can pray all you want. I don't think COVID is going to magically go away. What are we going to do here? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of conservative religious groups. Will resist. Resistance is futile. Alright, we're out of that diagonal. We found Praying Mantis' only one weakness, that he has a tendency to make like tactical overt blunders, but plays a really good positional game. White is probably okay up until here. Maybe he drifted a little bit in the last couple of moves. But if we take this position from, say, move 14, it's still very, very solid for white. I hate playing this kind of position. Was my d5 a good move? No, dubious. So check this out. I don't know what I did wrong. What did I do wrong here? Bishop e3 is like a rare move, but there's nothing that black can do about it. Funny, like knight c6 is the main line for black, and then Schieberspieler others have played rook e1. This is some kind of unusual move. There's a game from Sanal, the Turkish grandmaster, against Demchenko from 2019. recently. What is black supposed to do after bishop e3? I mean, e5 is the only natural move. And then he just goes here. And like black has view botter. Nice name. We don't really have a great move in this position for black. Knight g4, bishop g5, that's the whole point. And that's Sanal versus Demchenko. And what's black supposed to do? I don't like this. You know, I think this is actually weaker than what I did. Knight g4 is like a knee-jerk reaction by Demchenko. The other possibility is taking and playing d5, I guess. This just gives way to space advantage after e5. So it's very hard for black to find a useful move here. This is interesting. Alright guys, last game for today. Maybe last game. We might have time for one more. Let's see. This rated challenge is out. We'll see. Is that Troll and Roll's new account? I said I would play weird openings today, but this stream numbers are way down for Wednesday. I'm thinking of maybe stopping this and doing something else. We need a new event for Wednesdays. It seems to be my weakest day. So I'm definitely for a long time thinking about doing something different for the Wednesday stream. I call this a 3 a.m. defense. This is a rapid game I had against Savely Golubov. G4. Wow, that seems kind of risky. But Sumil Mitra did this against me in the previous game. They played like a wild man. Wild man style. Perfectly safe. What could possibly go wrong after G4? I've never analyzed this move. It's interesting. I suspect it's kind of dangerous. As Bronstein would say, dangerous for who? Well, there's a difference between aggressive and playing like a barbarian. Exactly. I'm gonna guess knight h4. I mean, the knight is the most active there. It stops bishop g2. As Arthur Bisgeier said, he pays your money and he takes your choice. Rhinoceros virus. Now what? Bishop b4 drops a piece, so that's out. cd5. cd5, knight d5. cd5, knight d5, threatening bishop f4. It's kind of scary. I don't like bringing his knight up like that. Very interesting reaction by white. Most people do not react so aggressively here. Takes, knight takes, c6, queen e2 check is a problem. Maybe I should just play like bishop e7. I don't have a better idea. I just want to get my king out of the center and hope that he's compromised his position with g4. Enough to compensate for the pawn that I sacrificed. It's a strong 1200. Definitely. But I'm constantly astounded by people's playing levels. I'm going to stop even looking at ratings. It just makes me paranoid and crazy. Yeah, dude, what's with the pawn moves? Wow. He played very similar against me in another game. This is nuts. He's definitely not 1200. His moves are not that ridiculous. I don't think he's blundering, man. It's just like he's playing in an insanely risky way. There's a big difference between blundering and playing in a risky way. A computer would kill me from this position. Come on, dude. Can we stop with the conspiracy stuff? I like Master V, but this is too much. Let's keep the conspiracy stuff on your personal time. Bill Gates and all that. Chemtrails. Aliens. Now it's getting too far. Like, weight is too overextended. Wade is like obsessed with extending his position as much as possible. Extending or overextending? Maybe now you could say he was drunk, but even so, like, his pieces are still working pretty well here. But there's no way White could be a 1200 and play like this. You would easily be 1500 without even getting out of bed if you can get this far. He's still coordinated even though he's like overextended all his pawns. It's almost like he's trolling me or something. Like how much he can overextend himself without getting a lost position. Let's just see. How far can I take this? When we start getting the Bill Gates and I mean now it's like you know 5G, then we draw the line. There's plenty of places to talk about insane conspiracy theories. Let's not do it in the chess chat. Yeah, he's definitely like trolling me. 1200. Wow. I actually missed this. He's probably better now. But I understand people going mad. Yeah, this is not a normal situation that we're living through. So, it's understandable in a way. I agree. And what planet is White at 1200 that can play like this? It's got to be the lizard people planet. Something like that. Here we go again. Trump troll. It's that guy again. White timed out. Is he even losing in the final position? No, it's like totally unclear. The lizard people. Trump is now president of the other side of the moon. Rudy Giuliani is vice president, and they're ruling the lizard people from the distant part of the galaxy. Alright, we've got one more game. Greatest president ever. He only destroyed the country and democracy. He should be in jail. Hopefully he will be. So we're supposed to play unusual stuff here. Last game for today, guys. How about we try something weird? So the early d5. This goes way back. While we're at it, with extending our pawns, like the last opponent, Dorian played b5 against Roman, my friend, ex-friend. My ex-friend. And c6 is an interesting move, but I imagine that Hanish's burger is reasonable too. It's likely to transpose to a Benoni. Pretty hard to avoid, really. How do you avoid a Benoni transposition here? If you insist, it will be a Benoni. You don't like Harry the H-pawn? Well, I could see not liking stuff that's like super popular. You just feel like you're getting on the bandwagon. Harry Potter was uncontrollably popular. That's why I didn't go to CET when I was a little kid. I didn't want to be like everybody else. You have to go watch E.T. Everybody has seen E.T. It's the greatest movie ever. I guess that's why I don't believe in alien conspiracies now. What are we gonna do? This is nice. I like the way that black is playing this. You watched it, but you don't like it. Good content? Someone's sister's room? I like bronies. Come on, man. It's a joke. Oops, mouse slip. The pony's just a joke, man. I'm poking fun at people think that my name is about bronies and My Little Pony. It goes over a lot of people's heads. But I like pandas. But that has a reason too. Everything has a very deep reason. Subliminal messaging. Pandas and ponies have very deep subliminal relevance. I like the way that black is playing this, though. Flexible. It's basically like Trojan. It's Trojan King's Indian, where like our pawns are on e6 and e3 instead of e5. If you put the pawns on e4 and e5, you would have like a book position. We just like kept our pawns back. Technically, I don't know. I think it might favor black overall. Black's playing this really patiently. Troll, why are you pushing the envelope so much lately? Is lockdown getting to you? You're starting to lose your inhibitions? It seems like you're you're acting out a lot. I like Dostoevsky. Are the bodies piling up outside? Well, I mean, lockdown is relative. I'm not locked down. I can leave my home. But what's the point when you can't do anything? Like, what am I going to do? Go bowling? No, that's closed. I'll go to the pinball museum. Nope, that's closed. Discotheques are closed. A lot of restaurants are closed. I'm not physically locked down, but yet I can't do anything. So, you know, it might as well be like a complete and total lockdown. The pool. Do you live in like a modern condo complex? You have a pool? That sounds cool. That sounds awesome. I miss swimming. Water. This is like really well played by Black. You have a pool and a fitness club. Yeah, that's pretty standard, I guess. That's a good question here. I don't know what the status of like pools and fitness places like that. I would assume they would be shut down. That's a very interesting question. Seems like a good way to spread COVID. Very good chance of spreading the virus there. I'm trying to remember. What Dostoevsky I read. There were definitely one or two books. I had a college professor who was crazy about Russian literature. He forced us to study Russian literature for like one semester. How about e5? Just breaking up his pawn structure at some point. So I just isolated this structure here. You gotta give squares to get squares. Guys, we gotta go. It's over time. It's been really fun with a lot of trolls and random conversations today. Six pawns against six pawns. The history of chess in Russia goes back over 1,000 years. Masturbate, are you sure about that? I don't know, Masturbate. Does it say that in Wikipedia? I thought chess was invented in, like, India or Persia. Wow. But that's 800 years. He said 1,000. My opponent is playing a really, really good game here. And fast. They felt chess was like vaxing. Frowned upon. The worst was if you were a chess player and a vaxer. Vax chessing. This is a tough one. He blundered. He's still got a little bit of game left after bishop c4. That was a really tough game by Honeyschberger. Now, come on. Give it up. Just resign. No need to do this to me. You don't need to do this to me, really. You need to do this to me? Make me play out a rook up position? Come on. That's just not polite. It's just not polite to make me play this out. Bad manners. Alright. That's better. Guys, I gotta go. I don't know. Very stressful chat today. We'll see everybody later. Tomorrow night we've got subscriber stream here on lichess and Twitch. Tomorrow night is 6:30 p.m. subscriber stream, game analysis. Please submit your games. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.